such a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib. It's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
If you own or work with animals, please follow these tips to avoid getting the coronavirus. Please keep pets away from areas where you are preparing food and eating your meals. Thoroughly wash your hands after handling animals and animal waste. Avoid contact with sick or stray animals. And always remember to wear protective gowns, gloves, and facial protection when handling them. As the novel coronavirus spreads, it is important that you continually disinfect your home. Viruses can gather on surfaces such as doorknobs, computer keyboards and mouse, cell phones, tablets, railings, kitchen and bathroom countertops, and remote control devices. To avoid transfer of viruses, wipe down these surfaces regularly with disinfectants such as Clorox, Lysol wipes, or soap and water. Avoid touching your face or your loved one's faces after touching any of these types of surfaces. It is very easy for viruses to be transferred in this way. When preparing food, be sure to use different knives and cutting boards for raw meat and cooked foods. Wash your hands before and after handling raw meats. Also, wash your hands before and after using cooked food. Be sure to cook food thoroughly before eating it. This is a message from the Ministry of Health and the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA.
There's nothing more fulfilling than a hot cup of tea in the morning to get your day started right. Island tea, that is, with your faves, Kevon and Azem. Tune in to WINNMedia SKN Monday to Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. for a tall cup of steaming hot conversation on local, regional, and international news, entertainment, pop culture, and of course, up close and intimate interviews with inspiring people from all walks of life. Island Tea with your faves, Kevon and Azem, right here on WINNMedia SKN.
And remember, you can't be everybody cup of tea because you is not a mug.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, Kevon and Azem, featuring the lack of Jade, and Johnson, because she abandoned us today.
As they do, me boy. That's what they do.
That's Gwenny at her finest. But we're here, have no fear. Really considering putting on these glasses because rather outside. But we're here, have no fear. I think it is appropriate for us to jump into some tea.
Indeed.
So let's give you guys, let me sing it because
you know.
Tita.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of nasally, but okay. Beyonce would be upset.
You see how people was like trying to bash Jay-Z and Beyonce for like the Tiffany ad. People. Yeah, we're at that point in human development where everybody touchy about something and
everybody just needs to be outraged about something.
We're in outrage season.
Because why have a social media if you're not outraged?
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, you're right.
You can't enjoy it. You have to be outraged.
Anyway.
Social justice warriors. Let's give you your St. Kitts and Nevis COVID-19 situation report for Wednesday, the 25th of August, 2021. As of 10:30 p.m. They mean they can stay with the 10:30 now, yeah? I mean, not 6 no more. So, confirmed cases within the last 24 hours is now at 26. Total number of cases in the Federation since the beginning of the pandemic is now at 905. Wow. Active cases stands at 341. recovered cases is at 611. To split those numbers up for you, St. Kitts had a total of 851 cases. Nevis now broke the 100 barrier and is now at 101.
Wow, easy so.
Nevis is now in the triple digits from about like a week ago when they were sitting pretty at 20, at 101.
Wow.
That's not good. The death toll has not moved, which is great. So,
Yeah. Bye.
What to do?
I don't know, but I, like I said, it's interesting to me to see the difference in the responses. When we had one case, people was clamoring, lock it down. No, how many active we have now?
Active, we have 341.
Whew. Okay. All right, guys. I think the main thing is remain safe. Do what you have to do to protect yourself. Be aware of your surroundings, and be willing to be vocal about situations that make you feel uncomfortable. I'll give you an example. Just yesterday, I heard about a friend of mine whose daughter was at home, and a friend came to visit. Mom wasn't there, but wanted to see someone else in the household. And the child was like, "Oh yeah, sure, no problem, but put on your mask."
Mm-hmm.
And the person started to, I guess they felt it because maybe a child telling them to put on a mask or whatever. But that is the rule, mommy said. So put on your mask. The person after some time decided, you know what, I'm gonna just put on the mask, but put it under my nose. And the child was like, "No, but like wear your mask properly." Yeah, not trying to be, but not trying to be anyway. But the person just decided that they ain't putting it up over their nose. So stay outside. No, the person vex. Like
that's all.
That's all.
My thing is,
respect people's boundaries, man.
And rules, like you should not be upset with it. Like if I ask you not to come into my space with dirty shoes, you're gonna get vexed with me because I refuse to let you in with your dirty shoes. Wow. So why should people allow you to come into the spaces with your masks under your nose and chin straps? And if somebody asks you to put on a mask, you have two options. You can comply or you don't have to comply. Right. If you don't comply, then leave.
Yeah, that's all. That's all. It's like I remember a case where this guy was going to a health center and refused to. The health centers have these automatic temperature readers now that has like a camera, an infrared camera, and he decided that he ain't taking any temperature because he want nobody take a picture. And
I don't understand why y'all think a thermometer is a camera, but okay.
Okay, but even so, my thing was, if you're not willing to get your temperature taken, which is a prerequisite to enter the facility, then just leave. The man decided to stay there and argue for over an hour. I don't want to take my picture. I'm not going to take my picture. Wait. I said, okay. But
just leave.
Yeah, that's
an option.
Yeah. But guys, remain safe. I think a lot of the contacts are happening at workplaces. So be careful at your workplace. I'm sure a lot of the businesses have some sort of guidelines, some sort of protocol that are aimed at keeping you safe. So adhere, and hopefully.
And you know what I think we need to do? I think the Ministry of Health, as difficult and as complicated as this sounds and might seem, I think the Ministry of Health needs to team up with the Labor Department, because I've been hearing a lot of stories where persons are telling their employers that they don't feel well, and the employers are saying, well, you still have to come to work.
Yeah.
So something is not right here. And I think the Labor Department and the Ministry of Health need to tag team this situation, because you have employers forcing employees to come to work when they have stated many times they don't feel well, or they'll be at work and say, listen, I don't feel good, I need to go home. And employers are like, no, you ain't going nowhere. And then, 2 days later, the person goes to the hospital in the night, COVID.
And the opposite is true too. The opposite is true. Where employers are telling people.
Where employers.
Not even. Watch here. Last night, talking to somebody, and they're telling me about a situation where the employer, they work in an office, and there's some people that go out on the road and stuff like that. The person that is in charge of the office, let's just say the office manager, displaying some symptoms, not looking good. The boss said that the employers call me, hey boss, you might want to tell the office manager to either go home or get checked, 'cause she ain't looking good and we ain't feel comfortable. And boss say he talked to her, and she decided that no, she alright, nothing wrong, XYZ, and she ain't taking the vaccine, and which is okay, fine, no problem, according to the boss. But he was like, okay, well, even if you're not taking the vaccine, well, you don't look good, and the other employees are uncomfortable, at least go get tested. If there's any cost, I will pay the cost. She ain't getting tested neither.
Okay, so then what do you do?
So then but here what happened now. Fast forward 2-3 days, one of the other employees not feeling well, gone to the test, the employee positive. Big white bus showing up in everybody's yard now. Kind of everybody in the office got to get things. So you know what happened now? The entire staff is out. And so he just got to be in the office by himself. The entire staff is out, either because they've been tested positive or because, of course, they're close contact of a positive case. So, guys, we just got to be responsible, man. We got to be responsible. Like, even if it doesn't matter what your stance is on the vaccine. Like okay, we're talking about sanitizing, we're talking about wearing your mask, we're talking about being honest about how you're feeling.
What we're talking about is what has always been happening. Yeah. You know, we saw this all the time. When it's like flu season, y'all come to work hawking and coughing, and people are like, this was pre-COVID. This was way before COVID even happened. Y'all would come to work hawking and coughing, and people would be like, yeah, go home, you're going to make the office sick. No, good man. 2 weeks later, the whole office out because you make the whole office sick. It's the same thing. It's the same thing, just that there's a new thing we have to be safer about. So it's like don't just do willy-nilly, please. Like I don't understand why people afraid to say they're sick. I really don't understand it.
Bro,
it's like
people are, and I keep saying this, people are
don't get it.
And there's two sets. There are people who are afraid of getting the disease, and so they act in a way where it's like
but it's even beyond COVID, because it's like when people have a cold or flu. Oh man, me sick.
Me sick. Yeah. But guys, try and remain safe. Look out for yourself. Look out for your loved ones, your co-workers. Sometimes people, like the other day, coming out the vehicle, and I was coming here. Of course, I'm the only one in the studio, and this lady was passing, and she don't know where I'm going or whatever. She said, Mr. You ain't on the mask now? I just said, thanks. Like, thank you.
we forget. There's literally sometimes we forget.
But my thing is just, you don't have to get offended when somebody just like trying to, hey.
But I think too is also like the approach, because it's like sometimes people don't just give you a heads up like, hey, you're not wearing a mask.
Yeah, that's true.
But sometimes people like nastily attack you, and it's just like, okay, I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot that. I was rushing before the store closed, and I just run out. Yeah.
Because there's so many times like I would be jumping out of the car, and I would be in a rush, and I would forget to like grab my mask.
It happened to me yesterday.
And I would be like walking, and sometimes my brain would be like mask, and I'll U-turn and grab the mask. Sometimes I clean forget, and when I head in there, somebody will be like, Mr. You ain't on a mask, and I'm like, oh me, and I turn back. But then sometimes it's like, hey, where you think you're going? You ain't on a mask, and it's just like,
yeah.
But I just forgot.
I'm sorry, I forgot. I'm sorry.
And like I get it, because sometimes they have probably had just experienced somebody who they told didn't have on a mask, wasn't wearing a mask, and then that person is like, I mean, wearing a mask.
Yeah. They got
so they're kind of like piggybacking off the energy, but it's just like, just let people know sometimes, like, you know, you're not wearing a mask, you know. Yeah, but that's stressing me out.
Yeah, but guys, stay safe. I was supposed to. I got the video of the Minister of Education speaking about school reopening. I didn't get to listen to it, so I can't comment. But I do believe it was important that he said something. I don't know what he said, but that has been something that we've been discussing. Hey, school's going to open, how that gonna look? We already see the daycares them closing down, so I don't think school's gonna be any different. So I really need to go and see what he was saying. But I think it's important that he come out and say something. So hopefully tomorrow we could discuss that. But so many moving parts. I don't know.
Many.
Let's go for COVID, no? Let's get for COVID. What else is happening in the world?
I don't know if we'll get
outside about foreign trade, you never catch it, nobody answer me yet. Anyway.
Well, we'll give you all a local update on something that's been, the talk of the town for the last few weeks/months. So the Commissioner of Police says that the Hush Puppy scandal is still under investigation. So police are yet to name any suspects involved in the case against the alleged fraudster Nigerian Ramon Hush Puppy Abbas. During a press conference hosted by the Prime Minister, Dr. Timothy Harris, on Tuesday, August 24th, the Commissioner of Police, Hilary Brandy, said that the investigation is progressing smoothly with assistance from the U.S. counterparts. To date, no one has been arrested. Thus, I am unable to name any suspect at the time. Prime Minister and Minister of National Security, Dr. Timothy Harris, updated the National Assembly on August 5th on the progress of investigation following allegations that Hush Puppy used fraudulent means to obtain citizenship for St. Kitts and Nevis. My government, they said that.
Hush Puppy.
Wait.
The story that just
they
keeps
said, my government, keep going. It just keeps evolving. He said that my government has taken decisive steps to protect the reputation and integrity of our country, specifically the Commissioner of Police. I don't like this my government thing,
Yep. Makes me uncomfortable.
I'm gonna edit the quote because it's not your government. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis has taken decisive steps to protect the reputation and integrity of the country. Specifically, the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Hilary Brandy, has initiated an investigation into this matter with the full support of all relevant international law enforcement bodies. The Prime Minister explained and added that the passport of Mr. Abbas has been deactivated and the matter of the revocation of Mr. Abbas' citizenship has been put before the Attorney General for advice and guidance. National Security Minister said that it will be improper for him to engage in any further commentary beyond the clarification that he has already provided. However, he used the opportunity to stress that Hush Puppy again did not apply for citizenship under the CBI program, but rather on the basis of marriage to a national of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Well, people always want to find ways to undermine the CBI. Anyway, but here's the thing with this Hush Puppy story, right? So they've deactivated his passport, right? Is it because so they just deactivate it because there's a suspicion of wrongdoing? Because the investigation is ongoing and progressing smoothly, even though we don't have any suspects. Well, they can't name any because I guess there's no arrest yet. But I don't know. It seems as though they know that there was something amiss because they deactivated the passport, even though the investigation is ongoing, and there has been no arrest. The story that keeps on giving. It'll be interesting to see where this one go. Somebody here saying that if the year done and nobody get charged, sent home, jail, I'm gonna be very upset.
Yeah, because it's been going on since last year.
But
this is when he got caught, like when the embezzlement thing happened, not the embezzlement, the fraud thing happened, like when he got caught for fraud, like from the social media thing. I think that was last year.
Yeah, I think this is so interesting to me because bear in mind, like Hush Puppy didn't get pinched because of anything to do with St. Kitts. But the question had then become, well, yeah, this guy is a citizen of St. Kitts Nevis, he has a St. Kitts passport, and so who this man be?
St. Kitts doesn't really play a role here. The only role, and that's the thing that blows my mind. Like, oh, Hush Puppy fraudster. But my thing is, St. Kitts doesn't really play a role, but the
I'm still trying to figure out exactly what the investigation is about. I think that it seems as though the allegations or the suspicion is something about him marrying somebody on a false pretense and perhaps exchange of money, whether it is for payment for the thing or the paperwork. Basically something wasn't fully above board in regards to the marriage and the marriage certificates and all of them things, and that some money passed and that kind of thing. So it's gonna be interesting because especially if the police is saying that the investigation is progressing smoothly. It's gonna be interesting to see where that end. But the hardest thing about the thing with Hush Puppy, right, is like if the man was just cooling, the man could have given rid of all these things. Like, it's like Snapchat. Yeah. It's Snapchat.
It's Instagram.
And Snapchat conversations too that they were that they were looking at that mess him up. And I'm just like, bye.
I remember with Instagram because I remember he was frequently posting, his luxuries.
Yeah, but that wasn't the crime. What was happening is that he was basically the banker for these for some fraudsters. And they were and they weren't investigating him. They were investigating one of the guys who he was offering these services to. And then when they arrested the guy, they now have his phone with all the conversations. They now have the phone with the guy, all the conversations, like outlining, making all these bank accounts and getting all this transfer for these fake. But the whole thing just.
Crazy.
The whole thing is crazy. It'll be interesting to see where this go. Because obviously there is some suspicion at least of locals doing some underhanded or illegal things. So we're gonna see if anybody really really is arrested and charged.
USA, right? USA.
Yeah, I mean, somebody here telling me that they believe that the Hush Puppy thing is pretty basic, like, and people do this fake marriage thing, including Kittians all the time, overseas and stuff like that. But I don't think that is the real issue. I don't think the issue is that, like, he married somebody and it wasn't for love or it was for benefit or not like that. I think the issue has to do with the fact that paperwork perhaps didn't go through the proper channels and wasn't totally legal, and that there was some money to facilitate that paid to someone. So I think that's really the issue. It's not necessarily that he just married somebody because he wanted a passport. Like, people do that all the time. And it's a contract. Like, marriage is a contract. Like, people don't like to hear it. It's a contract, and people be making these contracts all the time.
People definitely be making these contracts all the time.
Yeah, people marry for multiple reasons.
Not because you don't know the reason not because you're not privy to the reason there's not a reason. And
that doesn't make it illegal. I think that's the more important thing. I think there's suspicion of illegal activity, and that's what's being investigated. Not just the fact that he married somebody and now he got his passport. Well. But I see that we actually have our guest for today waiting to join us, Kevon. So what we're gonna do? Yeah, it's time. We're gonna take a short break and then we're gonna be right back, right here on Island T. Stay tuned, stay locked.
Hey kids, drink healthy!
Reduce sugar chubby with the same great taste. Lots of magic fruity flavors, drink the more healthy way.
It tastes so yummy, chubby, chubby.
25% less sugar chubby. Be active, be healthy, drink lots of chubby. Kicking football, playing cricket, having fun in the sun.
It's chubby.
Reduced sugar chubby keeps you cool and refreshed.
It tastes so yummy, chubby, chubby.
25% less sugar chubby. Jumping rope, running races, have fun.
It tastes so yummy, chubby.
Drink the more healthy way!
I have a surprise for mosquito, roach and flies. Pop makes all of them die. Don't bother with the long chat, Pop tell you why. Pop makes all of them die. To take care of my premises, I have to stand guard. Pop kill insects, small or large. When me use my yard, me no need no bodyguard. Pop takes care of roach in a house and yard. Surprise for mosquito, roach and flies. Pop makes all of them die. Don't bother with the long chat, Pop tell you why. Get serious, get Pop.
Like us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/ramsupermarket. Follow us on Twitter, www.twitter.com/ramsupermarket. And subscribe to us on YouTube, www.youtube.com/ramsupermarket.
Staying healthy has taken on a whole new meaning these days. So we ask, why do you put your health first?
As a business professional, I need to make the most out of my work days.
I'm a teacher, and I want to be there for my students.
In sports, I have to be in top form for my team.
Motherhood, I just got to keep up with my kids.
Because my patients rely on me to be at my best.
Staying healthy is important for many of us, and Hanley Orange makes it easy. Just one 1,000 milligram tablet of vitamin C gives your immune system a flavorful boost, leaving you protected and feeling good for the day ahead. Hanley Orange Vitamin C. Just pop the cap, drop it in water, let it fizz, and enjoy. Part of the Hanley Orange family.
Hey kids, drink healthy!
Reduce sugar chubby with the same great taste. Lots of magic fruity flavors, drink the more healthy way.
It tastes so yummy, chubby, chubby.
25% less sugar chubby. Be active, be healthy, drink lots of chubby. Kicking football, playing cricket, having fun in the sun.
It's chubby.
Reduced sugar chubby keeps you cool and refreshed.
It tastes so yummy, chubby, chubby.
25% less sugar chubby. Jumping rope, running races, have fun.
It tastes so yummy, chubby.
Drink the more healthy way!
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, Kevon and Azem, minus Jade, Johnson. And it is with Zaiesha Joseph. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Welcome and good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. I can only see one of you.
Yeah, that's by design.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm an international man of mystery.
Oh wow.
Oh boy. Here we go. Don't engage. So let's give you a little moment for you to tell us a little bit about who you are and what it is you do.
Well, I'm from St. Kitts and Nevis, you know. I've always loved acting. I've always had a passion for it ever since I was young. I know that sounds a bit cliche, but you know, it's the truth. I remember being in high school and going on the stage and performing monologues by myself. Some of them I had even made up on the spot. And ever since I knew myself, I always had a passion for acting, you know. And I got the opportunity to get a scholarship from the WINNMedia Education Foundation. And there I was able to come to New York and pursue a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in acting for film. And I've also been proactive in my career because I've realized since I got to New York that, I'm not the only person who wants to be an actress. There are like millions of people that want to be in the same career. So like I had to be proactive. I started a YouTube channel. I met with a few people. We started making short films that have won many, many awards. And we are currently working on other projects as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. So I think that there's a lot of people who don't really recognize that there's people from St. Kitts who are pursuing these types of careers and these types of activities. Like, is there other people from St. Kitts that you have been able to get inspiration for in terms of finding this, or are you feeling like you're charting new territory?
Well, you see, I wouldn't say that I'm charting new territory because I feel like there have probably been other people who have done the same thing, we just don't know about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know True Capo is like doing his thing, even though it's just like more local and stuff. So I wouldn't say that I'm charting new territory. I definitely don't feel like I'm the first or the only person. So yeah, I perhaps don't know about them, but
right.
I don't think I'm first,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But what part of St. Kitts did you grow up?
Well, it's funny because I've grown up most of my life in constituency number 4. Like I've lived in Challenges, I've lived in Old Road, I've lived in Virchilds, but I was born in Sandy Point. But if you had to ask me, I feel like I belong, I would say Halfway Tree because, that's where I lived for like almost like 12 years. And like I feel like I'm a part of that community. Like I started my football club there and everything. So I would say definitely Halfway Tree.
Nice, for sure.
Home base is Halfway Tree.
I think fan base is just the whole of St. Kitts. I think Kittitians and Divisions are proud that you have somebody, who's actually from the soil, who went to school in St. Kitts, everything, and they're actually pursuing, that a career in acting, as opposed to somebody who, maybe have a relative in St. Kitts or something like that.
Right, have ties, maybe have a father, grandfather, or kind of thing.
Exactly.
You just sparked my next question. So I know, and this might be a question early, could probably come a little later, but a lot of times when people start, exploring certain ventures and new directions, we have a little Kittitian division mentality of not supporting until you blow up. Is that something you've experienced, and how did you navigate that and stuff like that?
Well, yes, of course, I have experienced it like most of my life. And, every time I tell somebody that I don't want to be an actress, they would say, well, why do you want to be an actress? Why don't you study law or something like that? Do something that, or accounting. And by the way, I'm really bad with numbers, so accounting was not for me, So, like, I've had a lot of people tell me, just study something that if you're going to be sure you're going to get a job. Acting is just like, you just have to go through so much stuff, and everybody wants to make it. You just never know if you're going to make it. But when you have a passion for something, things like that would never deter you. And also in terms of support, I feel like I have a good amount of people who are supporting me. While they may not be supporting me like publicly, I also feel like there are a lot of people who are supporting me privately. So, and I definitely feel like, of course, there could be more support, but I think in time it will come. I guess I have to earn people's respect and stuff like that for them to say, wow, I like Zaiesha, because I still have a lot to learn. I'm new to this. If you ask me, I still have so much to learn,
Yeah, and I think that one of the things too is just people may not really know. And that's why I think it's so great that you're able to come and speak to us today to let people know about what you're doing. But when you left St. Kitts, was it your intention to really go into this field and really develop this career? Was that definitely your intention?
Yes, definitely. That's why I got the scholarship. I think one of the reasons why I got the scholarship because it was different, to most things that you see, and I guess I was able to persuade the people to give me the scholarship because I was like, you help put St. Kitts on the map and stuff like that. So
Right.
It's definitely something that I've always wanted to do. It's just that I never had the opportunity to do it because at the end of the day, like I don't come from a rich family, so like I don't have, I don't have rich parents to say, hey, mommy or daddy, or my father's deceased. I don't have a rich mother to say, hey, mommy, can I have like this amount of money because I want to study acting, But either I take a loan, and at the end of the day, I wasn't qualified for a loan, because to get a loan, you need like a guarantor or something like that. And, with the guarantor situation now, with people signing loans for people and they're not coming back and stuff like that, people are a bit skeptical to sign, to be guarantors for people. Yeah. So I was so happy when the WINNMedia Education Foundation decided to offer me that scholarship. But it's something I've always wanted to do, always, since I know myself.
Okay, and so you got the scholarship, and so you left and pursued studies where, and exactly what was your degree?
So I'm still in school, actually. I'm attending the New York Film Academy. I'm doing a BFA in acting for film. But yes, most of the stuff that I'm doing is not for school. It's just me being proactive and doing, the stuff while I'm in school, so that by the time I'm done with school, I hit the ground running, as opposed to finishing with school and I'm like, where do I start now,
Well, you already hinting at something there, the fact that you have already been involved in productions. So what was that process like getting that first position in a movie once you got out there? What was that like?
Well, I would say for me, of course it was exciting, but I don't think that it was a situation where I got a position in a movie, because I think that it's because of what I've been doing. I'm also a writer as well. I produce as well. So it's part of it is just me writing scripts for myself, because at the end of the day, I'm from the Caribbean. I'm from St. Kitts and Nevis. I have an accent, and at the end of the day, you don't see people in Hollywood with an accent like me. So it's going to be hard for somebody to trust me to put me in their films when, maybe they don't really need me because of my accent and stuff.
Right,
because of my
right.
background.
Right.
So I would have to pave my own way, and perhaps, when I get to a certain level, then I would have people from Hollywood or, different studios, Tyler Perry, you never know, reaching out to me because they see what I could do. Once I have a certain fan base and stuff like that. So I wouldn't say that I was like, I got a role in a movie. I think it was just, I know it's just me and my team just putting ourselves out there, writing films for ourselves. Like, I've written about 3 short films before. I've actually just finished writing my first feature film. A feature film is like an hour and like 30 minutes in length. And that's my next project. I have big plans for that. That is a project that I intend. I started talking to a few people that we intend our team to put on major streaming platforms like Netflix or Amazon Prime. But we're definitely working on it. The script is ready. I've written it. It's like an immigrant story. And if anybody wants to donate or help, I'm open to it, because at the end of the day, as I said, I'm not rich, and we can't do it alone. And support is very important when you're starting out. So I feel like I definitely would need the support of the St. Kitts and Nevis people, to help me to get this project off the ground. As I said, this is something that I want to put on major streaming platforms like Netflix or Amazon Prime or Hulu, So I'm actually thinking about starting a GoFundMe page that I think I would launch on the 1st of September, just to get some people's support, because that would be very, very helpful, because in this industry, you need money to start. Money to start.
Production costs ain't easy.
Exactly. It's not easy. So support is definitely important. It's definitely going to help me.
I think it's also very important, not just because, you have a script and you're looking to produce it, but I think it's important for us as Kittitians and Divisions to recognize that we also have a story, that people are interested in the story. And when we have people from here who are intimately knowledgeable with the story, who are writing it, I think that's a great thing. I always say that, we always make this joke, in a place like St. Christopher, only in St. Christopher, right?
Only in St. Christopher,
yeah. And but St. Kitts feel like a movie sometimes. And I'd be like,
I heard the whole movie.
Yeah, right. And it's so interesting that we have not really had a lot of films being developed out of some of these storylines and some of the things that we experience here, and our uniqueness. And I believe that it's important that we tell our story, right? And as opposed to other people coming in and recognizing the value and them trying to tell it. And so like yourself and other filmmakers, I think it's important that we support you guys as a nation, because you are the ones who are going to be telling our story.
Yeah.
Right. So I really hope that as you get going on this process, that you do get the support from the nation and from nationals. I think that'd be very important. Very cool to see too.
Thank you so much.
So let's talk about your new project.
Oh, so my new project is a feature film. It's like 90 pages long. Oh my goodness.
And yes. I see that it was written by you too. So
yes, I wrote it. It's an immigrant story. I can't say too much about it, because I don't want to give it away.
Right.
It's an immigrant story, and it's also unique to like people from St. Kitts and Nevis as well, who come to America and the things that they have to go through to survive. Because people think that when you go to America, it's all fine and dandy. It's like they think that it's utopia, but it's not. And people travel abroad and the things that you have to go through just to survive. So I just wanted to shed some light on that. And yeah, so I want to film this in October. We already started talking to some people about production and stuff. The script is ready. I already put out casting calls. Actually, I have a casting for somebody who's from St. Kitts. If they're in New York, that would be probably better, And I've put the casting out. The people have started applying and stuff like that, because I'm also a project manager. Because when you're small, you have to do so many things.
Yeah, so many different hats you have to wear.
Like I don't have a studio, so I can't designate like tasks and say, hey, you do this, you do this. Like I have to write, I have to be a producer, I have to be project manager, I have to be casting director. So many things in one. Sometimes I'm assistant director and stuff. And I also have a team with me, So that's the next project that I'm working on. And as I said, I definitely would need support of people of St. Kitts and Nevis to help to get this project off the ground.
I'm already looking forward to it, just based on the fact that it's you and it's talking about us.
Thank you.
I'm already so much into it. Do you believe that not just perhaps acting, but like you're saying, writing, being involved in video, movie, theater, do you believe that is something that Kittitians really need to see as a way forward, as a career? Do we need to encourage more young people to get involved in that?
Yes, definitely. As my good friend once said, she said the arts are dying, And I feel like, especially now with so many young people having mental health issues, art and drama and theater is a way for them to channel their energy, into becoming, positive role models. And I definitely feel like this is something that I don't want to say lacking, because I haven't been in St. Kitts for almost like a year and a half, so I don't know what the developments are now, so I don't want to say lacking, but I feel like these are things that needs to be introduced. Like when I was in high school, I did literature, but I wish I had a theater class, because I never had a theater class. And that would have been so amazing to have. And I feel like so many young people now, they don't want to just become a typical lawyer or typical accountant. Not saying that you guys are not needed. We need you lawyers and we need you accountants. But I'm saying that there are other people who want to venture into other fields of performing arts, but sometimes they're shut down because some people are just, in a way, small-minded, and they don't see how performing arts could benefit a nation. Mm-hmm. So I definitely feel like also parents need to be more open-minded with their children. If they say, Mommy, I want to sing, or I want to be an actress, I want to be a writer, or I want to do journalism, stuff like that. We need to be more open, because I feel like in the end, it's really gonna help the federation.
Yeah, for sure. I have to totally agree. Yeah. But how do we keep in contact and up to date with what you have going on? Because with everything, I need to see this movie. I need this movie to be made. I need to know what the deceit is about. And how do we keep in contact and even contribute to what you're trying to build?
Okay, well, I have Facebook. It's my name, Zaiesha Joseph. I also have Instagram, same thing. My name, Zaiesha Joseph, and I always post most of my work there. Whenever I get a film festival award, like if you go on my page, you see it's very professional. All of my acting awards and stuff like that.
Wait. Before you even continue, what are you mean about these awards? Come talk. What kind of?
Oh, so I've done about 4 short films before. So what we usually do, we film short films and we submit them to film festivals all around the world.
Mm-hmm.
We've won Critics' Choice Award for the Singapore World Film Award, something like that. And we've been to the semifinals of the Paris Film Festivals. It's just so much, I can't remember all of them from the top of my head, but it's a lot of them that we've won. We've been officially selected as well for so many, And if you go on my social media pages, Zaiesha Joseph, you're definitely going to see all of them. And in terms of the new project that I'm working on, as I said, I intend to start a GoFundMe. So I'm going to be as well putting it on my social media, and perhaps I could also send it to you guys. Maybe I could get your contact information as well.
Yeah, for sure. Between Jade and yourself, you could.
I could definitely send it to Jade. Yeah.
Yeah, and also feel free to come back and tell us about what's happening, the new happenings. I do believe that Kevon should be in your next upcoming film.
Ooh.
I think we need to.
I have a script. We have a script too. We have the Island team has a script.
Yes.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Right. So you're gonna have to link with Kevon, to make sure that you have his amazing skill and talent as part of your next project.
I've never done film. Okay, I've never done. I do live theater, not film.
But you're on camera every day. You're on camera every day, and you have the best faces.
But I'm on camera every day, upsetting the nation. So.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, but Zaiesha.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. But Zaiesha, we fast coming to the end of the show. Unfortunately, I feel like we could have stayed and talked for so much longer. But unfortunately, time does not stand still, and we really want to appreciate everything that you're doing. We want to wish you the best. We're really looking forward to the new movies. Is there any way that we could see some of the work that you've done? Is there any way that we could see it?
The other films?
Yeah.
Well, I just put one of my short films on YouTube. It's called the YouTube channel is CCZ Pictures.
CCZ Pictures.
Yes,
CCZ.
Okay.
Pictures, on YouTube.
So you're not going to watch that this afternoon?
Pardon?
You're not going to watch a movie this afternoon, no?
Yeah, it's actually it's a short film.
Yeah.
But we've also done many. We have 3 or 4 more short films. But then now we're doing a feature film, which is going to be 1 hour and 30 minutes long. And as I said, we want to put on Netflix or Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome. It'd be awesome to get that picked up and distributed by one of those distributors.
Yeah, definitely. We already started talking to an agent and stuff like that. So we're working hard to make this dream come true.
Yeah,
just need the support of the people of St. Kitts and Nevis and people of the Caribbean.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But you haven't been home for a year and a half, and I must say I feel your pain, and you're longing for the beach. And what's your favorite local food place?
Oh wow, local food! Oh my goodness! Oh, I like Boozy's.
Boozy's, okay.
Oh, the food is so good.
Okay, yeah, I get
that. Pork, the soup with the pork and chicken. Oh my god, I miss it so much. I miss it so much.
But yeah, so anybody you want to shout out before we bid you adieu?
Well, I just want to say, thank you to every single person who has been supporting me thus far. I want to say that your support is not being taken for granted, and I appreciate all of you, even though, as I said, for those of you who are also supporting me in private, and for those of you who are supporting me in public, I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much.
Really appreciate you taking the time. Really appreciate you.
Thank you.
But unfortunately, Kevon, it is time. We're going to have to bid our friends adieu. We're going to have to say bye-bye. We have to say later. What Riverdochi mean? And what language that is? Anybody even know?
Is that not
I just believe it's just about people that say when they're saying goodbye, it don't really mean nothing here. Because nobody could tell me.
Italian.
It's Italian?
It's Italian. What does it mean? I'm going to tell you until we meet again.
So you just Google that?
Yes.
Google fingers, by your bad. But yeah, guys, it's been amazing. I'd had a great day. Zaiesha, thank you again for coming and joining us. We had our friends from Social Security here earlier. Kevon, Jade left us, but we somehow made it through. And I must say that I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. It's Friday, and I really could use a weekend, by. Even though this weekend, I know I will not get any rest at all because I'm supposed to be heading over to Corona Land. But but yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. But guys, stay tuned. Remember, you could always watch us on Facebook at Island T. At WINNMedia SKN on Facebook as well as on YouTube, and you could check us out on Instagram at Island T SKN. And for those of you on the radio, you know that it's 98.9 every morning, 8 to 10 a.m. But Kevon, do you want to leave the people with some kind words?
But of course.
Oh.
So remember that you can't be everybody's cup of tea because you is not a mug. See you tomorrow.